Facebook land. What's up, YouTubers? How we doing out there? Thanks for joining me. As always, it's nice to see you. Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic, Compound Concentrates and Coffee. We are here. We are up. We're on the air. How y'all doing out there? What's going on, YouTubers? All right, what's going on, everybody? How we doing? Thank you for joining me once again. I am the Connecticut Medical Marijuana Critic, Compound Concentrates and Coffee, your SunDaze edition. Hopefully you're having a good one out there. Checking out the traffic cameras, I am seeing somewhat heavy, not hard and heavy, but there's some traffic up in the Greenwich area on I-95, near exit 2. Outside of that, I'm only seeing some scattered stuff. And again, no incidents, closures, delays, accidents, or anything holding you up this day. This is good. Keep your eyes open. Watch out for the other guy. You may be a good driver. They're not always. So you look out for them, you'll get from point A to point B and back again with no problem. Speaking of getting, you better do it. Seriously, enjoy it. You have beautiful weather today. Temperatures are going to get in the low 80s. Tomorrow, starting your week, your Labor Day, of course, you're going to be seeing temperatures again. Upper 70s, low 80s. Tuesday, Wednesday, more of the 80s. Thursday, there is a possibility of a storm coming in, giving us a little bit of overcast, cloudy, dreary, drab. What's going on, Kendall? How are you, friend? Nice to see you in Facebook land. Little overcast, cloudy, dreary, drab, on Thursday. I'll watch it as we get a little closer. I'll let you know what's going on. However, Friday and Saturday going into next week, long range, you're looking at beautiful sunny weather once again. I'm going to do another from Austin. right, now this is Panzer. Austin with Shane Roberts. Excuse me. All right, now we're going to go from some rock and metal to Miami 86. The artist Kaiku and electronic. Is everything looking good to everybody out there? Looks good? Sounds good to everyone? I mean, you're the ones who count. My previews look nice, but... Well, I mean, coffee is nectar from the gods, of course. How are you, Lauren? Thanks for joining us over there on Facebook. Where are you joining us from today? What neck of the woods you in? I know it's a 3-day holiday weekend, so a lot of people are out and about. Very nice, very nice. I noticed some news of emails sent in. Thank you for sending them in, everybody. If you don't know what that is, well, news of the ... Whoa. Those stories, things that you read that make you laugh, or you see something and as you're going through it, you facepalm. But if you facepalm so hard that you put your own hand like through the back of your head, send that shit over. We want to spread the smiles and make everybody else laugh too. There you go. Once again, that tune, Miami 86. Now, I have Times Infinity coming up. We have some R&B and soul, some Jasmine. We have some more rock from the artist The Sheen. We have a lot of stuff in store. If you have a particular artist that we play, song, or just the genre kicking around in your head that you want to listen to, shout it out. Absolutely. We take requests here. It has to be stuff that's covered underneath my license, though. That's how I'm here and I'm able to play music each and every single day. So, Times Infinity. The tune's called Ought To. right, there you go. That tune was called Ought To. It came to you from the artist Times Infinity. Now, since I am obviously into music, hundreds of people who were flocking to a German church to hear. Now, this is an interesting thing, and you have to listen to it all the way through. To hear an organ change its chord for the first time in nearly 7 years. I know you're sitting there going, what? Let me explain. This location is performing John Cage's organ ASL-SP, or As Slow as Possible, on a specially built organ. This experimental piece, which consists of 8 pages of music, which is meant to be played very slowly, it's intended to last for an entirety of 639 years. The organ plays, it's like a player piano, does it on its own. Meaning, this particular performance will end in 2640. They say now, if all goes according to plan, it has been playing the same chord for 6 years, 11 months before this most recent chord change. Now, they said the piece officially started playing September 5th, 2001. However, it began without any sound whatsoever, and it went from 2001 until February 5th, 2003, when the first chord change occurred. Now, Cage, born in 1912, passed in 1992 at 79 after a decades-long career as a composer and a music theorist. Now, he's best known for a composition called 433. It's 4 minutes and 33 seconds of silence. Now, Cage wrote organ ASL-SP back in the 80s. Typically, the way it works is the piece's chord changes can draw thousands of visitors. However, unfortunately, due to the pandemic, the church having to limit size of the audience, of course. Yeah. That's like, what? A special piano that's playing this piece, and if it goes correctly, it will not end until 2640. That's ambitious. News of the ... Whoa. All right, back to some music. I mentioned the Sheen before. Here you go. This tune is called Babylon. Now, after this tune, gonna be little plaid pants and peril as we bring in JC for the Power Hour.
Forever
right, wrapping up Babylon from the Sheen. Again, if you were paying attention, you know what's coming up. Tune from Global Genius, which calls in the little woman. JC for the Power Hour every single time. It is Plaid Pants in Peril, of course. On the Power Hour, sports and more. I know. All of us are getting very, very, very excited for something that's coming up.
4 days. Not excited at all. Hyper. 8 days until my game. Wait until next Sunday. I'm going to be bouncing.
Now, you do not have to open up both chats on this one here. This one is all set. It's scrolling. It's doing what it needs to do. That way you can see both. I will be back, everybody. Good.
This. Oh my god. What is
this? I'm sure he sees his SunDaze. If you leave him alone down there, you'll watch him go right over and lay down to that lunch you, right?
My co-host wanted a belly rub. 1,000 pardons.
Who doesn't like bellies?
I mean, I know.
Come on now.
I didn't say it was a bad thing.
I like bellies. See you, kiddo. Peace, everybody. I'll see you in a minute.
And that was our theme song, Glad Pants in Peril. One of my absolute favorites on here. Happy Sunday to all of y'all. Happy Labor Day weekend. Happy, happy, happy. And happy day from my co-host, Chase with that face. Say hi. It is Sunday. It is JC's Power Hour. For those who do not know, hey, guess what? I'm JC. How you doing? Again, this is Chase, my co-host. JC's Power Hour is sports and more. Of course, I will talk about sports. I love talking about sports, but I will talk about other stuff within, you know, the guise and guidelines of the show. So, how is everyone doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day so far. I hope you have had a fantastic week thus far. Some people consider Saturday the end of the week. Some people consider Sunday the end of the week. It depends on how your schedule is, what you think about, what you want to talk about. To me, all the days blend together because, you know, I tend to work 6 days a week and half the time I forget what day it is. But other than that, exactly. Other than that, things go pretty darn well, I think. So, lots to talk about. We could chit-chat about all sorts of things. How about one of the things we chit-chat about is, we could check in with baseball first. And then we could also, talk about a little wrestling. Because there's a lot going on in wrestling. Both in, AEW and WWE. There's what will we call it? Yeah, I know. It's hard to choose a word for it, isn't it? Kind of. I don't know. What would you call it? Would you call it some tomfoolery? Would you call it some trickery? Would you call it frustration of management? We'll get into that. Good morning, Ricky over there, and how are you doing today? Hope your day is going sparkling well. Sparkling, see? As I said, let's check in with baseball really quick. We are approximately 40 games, again depending on the team, but a very hard average is 40 games, with the exception of a couple, you know, rainouts and sickouts and stuff like that. But we're approximately 40 games into the 60 game season. So every single loss, every single comeback win is stupidly important right now, because it's down to the wire. It is down to the wire. And looking through the American League, I'm gonna say so far, with these 20 games left to go, there's nobody who's walking away with it yet. I mean, anybody could fall apart right now. National League, I'm gonna say the biggest surprise would be if somehow the Dodgers tanked, because they've been like the strongest showers over in the National League. The Cubbies were going on that strong pitch, but they're faltering a little. They're still in first place, but they're faltering. Glad to hear you're doing all right. And I know you're not saying we got this as far as the Red Sox. I know. You ain't saying that. While technically it's not mathematically impossible, you need to combine that Common Core math and the new math and throw that all together to try to get yourself into the playoffs. But that's okay. It's been a screwed up year. You know, I give every athlete who is playing, who is trying, who is doing anything right now and trying to get back up on the horse after this crazy year, I give even more credit than I normally give them, because You know, it's so different. There's so much. There's a lot on everybody's mind. There is a lot of strife going on in the world that's spilling over into entertainment. It's a horrible year with the coronavirus. It's even I'm not discussing politics, but I'm just saying it's a political year and it's leaking over into sports. So I'm just saying that it's affecting sports players also. So they have an awful lot of things that they are fighting. As you say to me when my team stinks, think happy thoughts. Like I said, not mathematically impossible. I'd be impressed as hell if you did it. I really would. But I think one of the biggest. I I don't want to. I don't want to. I don't want to minimize the importance of other things, but again, one of the things that's affecting them. How's that? Affecting them is, all these teams playing and not being able to have fans in the stadium. I think that does take a toll on them too, because sports are very wrong sport, but sports are very fan driven, and you know, going. Speaking of wrestling, going to the WWE, I think that they are. I think they. You could see a difference in the wrestlers' attitude and their playing. Not playing in their performance with the way they have the Thunderdome set up, that it's exactly like this. It's live feed. It's people, they're watching, and their faces are set up on all different monitors throughout where the seats would normally be, and I think that's making a big mental boost on the wrestlers, because again, it's very fan oriented, and they uh they uh they a lot of what they say and what they do, the very next thing they do is on crowd reaction. And not having that for so many months, you could see it was almost like a dry run of a play, like, walking through the lines, not using the props, that type of thing. So having every week these glasses just sit here and blind me. Ugh. So I think having the fans back there are definitely helping. Unfortunately, I think that it's not quite possible to do the same thing in the size of, say, a football stadium or even a baseball stadium. I mean, I think the players would like it as far as having the crowd reaction. It's kind of, again, I think it mentally, I think it kind of helps having the cardboard cutouts in the stand. Probably more than they realize. It probably, they first time they saw it, they probably laughed, but it probably does kind of set with their mind a little bit and make them feel less like they're alone. I mean, hell, Tom Hanks put a smiley face on a volleyball. I mean, it's that, and it's that human need to speak to somebody or to see somebody else. So again, I'm gonna be very curious to see who makes the playoffs for baseball, and you know how all that goes. I know, it's okay. Now, two main events happened this week in wrestling. One in WWE, one in AEW. Payback was some of it was predictable. Some of it, I did kind of predict. Some of it was some of it was just, I know. The big match obviously was Roman Reigns, The Fiend, and Braun Strowman, in what was technically a triple threat match. I mean, in all technicality, it was a triple threat match, but for the majority of the match, it was just, The Fiend and Strowman beating the hell out of each other, up to and including a ring collapse, which is, I don't know why it's so damn entertaining whenever that happens, because we all know it's set up. We all know that it's staged. We all know that it didn't actually break, but it's always so damn entertaining. I don't know why. But yet again, it was entertaining, and while the two of them basically beat each other down, Roman came out and accompanied by everybody's favorite Paul Heyman. For no other reason, Paul Heyman is with Roman because, according to the rumor mill, Brock Lesnar is now a free agent. He is off of the WWE site, roster, everything. Doesn't have a current contract with MMA, does not have a current contract at WWE. Will we see him pop over at AEW? You know what? I'd honestly like to think no, because he's not, this big draw. He's this guy who fights once in a while, who's not great on the mic, and honestly, if AEW is trying to move away from the crapola and away from the bad things of WWE, then they should not bring him over. I mean, they really shouldn't. But we'll see if it happens. I would honestly be disappointed if it did. I honestly would. Do 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 do. I'm gonna say, other than I'm disappointed that it's Roman, that that Heyman is with, but I'm not disappointed that they're keeping Heyman in the loop, or not in the loop, but you know what I mean, keeping him active, because he's really, you know, for what he is, he's good at what he does. He's a bad guy. He's, you know, good at playing an idiot, or you know, the quintessential guy that you want to slap upside the head. I mean, that's what he does. That's what he's supposed to do, and he's very good at it. So. Absolutely, he does. He's truly one of those you love to hate kind of guys. But we've had a lot of them over the years. I mean, going back to, you know, Jimmy Hart and Bobby the Brain Heenan, and, you know, the greats of old. I mean, you have to have these antagonists and these, you know, guys you just get the urge to slap upside the head, because they can't all be good guys, or else there'd be no storylines, now would there? Now leave us see. As I said at the top of the hour, top of the morning to you. No, sorry. I digress. There is but a short 4 days until actual real football. The very first game of this struggling year, this struggling 2020 year, is going to be the Texans at the Chiefs. I mean the Chiefs. Sorry, come on. We all remember that that commercial. That commercial is funny as hell. I don't care who you are. Sorry, I'm looking on the NFL's site, you know, to get the list of all the games for week 1, and just the logo of this big W followed by football team just threw me a little bit. You know, I'm back. I'm fine. I am. You know, if I do an end of the year special of, like, you know, biggest drop balls by companies during this year, I think that is going to be way the hell on top. And Chris Berman better not steal my idea, but I'm telling you. Or if he does, at least let me co-host the show for a day. But, I still have to say, I mean, honest to God, you had so much time, and you literally had one job, and that's what you came up with. And I say so much time because this wasn't something that was just talked about for a couple of days. This has been talked about for years. I mean, this was something that was debated and discussed for years. Changing the team's name. You're going to tell me, in the years that you have discussed changing the team's name, nobody came up with something good and be like, okay, we're going to get rid of this name, so we'll call us this. And no, I'm not throwing a suggestion out there because A, it's not my team, and B, I'm making a point. It wasn't my job to do it. They literally pay people to do these things, to promote the team, to manage the team. They pay people to do these things, and nobody on that staff could come up with a name? Nobody? We're just calling you football team? Is this the 1940s? Is this a brand new sport? I mean, what? I, 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 I'm sorry. That it just it ruffles my feathers. It ruffles my feathers. I'm trying to fluff them down. Ow! The dog steps on my foot when he lays down. No, not you, the other dog. If you could reach my foot from there, then that would be a trick and a half. But okay. Let's just move past this. I'm gonna move past this. I got this. I'm trying, buddy. I'm trying. Yes. So, Thursday, 8:20 on NBC is our first official game. God help me, I'm going to try so hard not to fall asleep during it because, tired by the end of the week, but I don't care. It's football. I will tell you what, next Sunday, come 1 o'clock, I am welding myself to the chair and I am not leaving until every bit of football is done. You have been warned. My house catches on fire, I'm staying in front of the TV. I don't give a damn. I have been waiting this long, I'm not going anywhere. Can't make me. Won't do it. So speaking of Sunday, all of the team, I'm pretty sure all of them, but I've seen, I'm saying all of them with a little asterisk because I've seen several different teams. I haven't taken a head count. Is it all of them? But I'm reasonably certain all the teams have successfully cut down to their 53-man roster, which obviously you have to do. It's hard. It's a hard choice, and it's an emotional choice because some of these guys would probably perform well if you could keep more than 53 guys on the team. Just because you're not on the roster doesn't mean you're not in reserve, doesn't mean that you won't play. There have been a few what are you trying to do, Bucky? There have been a few this year surprise releases from teams. Adrian Peterson was let go from the Vikings literally a day ago and just signed a 1-year contract with the Lions. A lot of reports said that, that was kind of unexpected. Another extension. The Bills did a 4-year huge payout, $70 million extension to Tre'Davious White. Doop 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 doo 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 doo. Excuse me, I want to make sure I get that name right. I mean, the one of the best. There are a few good comeback stories this year, to be certain. Obviously one that's very personal to me is Roethlisberger back in, seemingly beyond healthy with his arm, but you see, I almost said the Redskins. I can't say the Redskins anymore. But Alex Smith, who if you say just 2 years, but the extent of his leg injury. I mean, it wasn't just a break. It is just an amazing comeback that not only is he healthy again, not only, you know, was he at the workouts, but he made the 53-man roster on Washington. And literally after a catastrophic break that had so many complications that he literally almost lost his life. I mean, not joking around or anything, uh, uh, not joking around, not exaggerating the severity of it at all. He literally almost died, and from a leg break, that's downright terrifying. Because unfortunately, a lot of these guys, get broken bones or whatever. But it just goes to show you some of them could be, amazingly dangerous and with severe complications and just very, very, excuse you, happy to see that, he is not only healthy, but, back on the team, and he's got to be over the moon happy. That was my foot again, dear sir. I'm gonna step on your paw in a minute and see how you like it. You overgrown horse. Ugh. What's the matter? What do you want to do? I don't know what you want. Some of the other guys that had an extension, Chargers wide receiver Keenan Allen, 4 years, $80 million. These guys have money to burn, let me tell you. And yes, your Bills are definitely going to be a force to reckon with. And also with the Patriots being questionable this year, you guys, as strong as you've been playing, may be really set up to lead your division, which you haven't done for many years. Cripes, that was my foot again. What are you? Chris Berman does not have to put up with this. You moth-chasing pain in the butt. Let me see. Another huge extension. Deshaun Watson of the Texans, 4 years, $160 million. Is it me or are these numbers just getting bigger and bigger? Another surprise release to a lot of people. I mean, to some, the Dolphins released their quarterback Josh Rosen. He's just doesn't seem to be fitting in Miami, basically. I mean, if somebody picks him up, and this will be his third year and 3 different teams. So, I mean, this is why I say, some of the unsung heroes of the NFL are really the scouts. Because you can't just I mean, obviously, you could see how well a guy plays. I mean, you could look at a man's statistics. You could look at, how he does in the workouts. You could see, you know, all these different little things that are meant to basically show off playing skills. But there is an X factor. There is a read that not everybody's good at doing. Um, and it's a skill that I'm not gonna say I have it in spades, but it is a skill that I am aware I possess to an extent of the years that I worked for companies where I was in charge of hiring. And you get a read of a person, how they're going to fit in with the other people that work for you, how they're going to do in the job that you are hiring them for. And again, in football, of course, it's your skills, but there's so much other. It's your 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 discipline, your working out dedication, your level of team playing, your level of your charisma to get along with your teammates. There's so much. I mean, believe it or not, part of it is also like literally the city that you're drafted to. Like, there are people who don't thrive well in certain areas. I mean, whether it's weather, whether it's, the feel of a town, you know, I mean, again, going on my experience, going on with my team, there is, what we all call a Steeler toughness. And you have to be of a certain kind of best word for it, strong, down to earth, blue collar kind of guy are the best ones that fit in to a city like Pittsburgh. Um, some guys like this guy didn't do well in Miami at all. If the right team picks him and just everything clicks, he's still very young. He still has a heck of a time to make a name for himself. I just hope that his agent is able to find where that home is before, he gets to a point where he has X amount of years that technically he's employed by the NFL but has like no real playing time, and then his prospects are just going to go down and down and down and down, and that'll be the end of that right there. Doop doop boop boop boop. And before I said that I'm an idiot. I said the Vikings released Peterson. It wasn't the Vikings, it was Washington. He used to be on the Vikings, see? My brain. That whole brain thing. I'm okay though. In a really positive move, the Denver Broncos kept one of their intern coaches, Emily Zahler, and they're going to keep her on full time for the season, making her the first female coach in franchise history. Which I'm not even going to go. I'm not that kind of girl. I don't go on the, oh my god, it's about time, oh my god, this, oh my god, that. It's got to, and I've said this a million times before, women absolutely have the right to work anything that they are qualified for and anything that they are good at. And she has proven that she has, as as a head coach, Fangio said she's knowledgeable and passionate about strength and conditioning aspect. She's going to stay on and help them out, which I hope encourages more women who are passionate about football to make it a goal to be part of that. I'm not the person who's like, oh, you have to hire women just because you have to hire women, even if they don't know what they're doing. No, I want the women, like me, like other girls I know who are that passionate about the game, who know about the game, who learn about the game. If you are really that passionate about it, keep in mind that is a goal. Work your way up so that you get hired because of your skill, not because you're a girl, because of your skill. I don't ever want to be hired just because I'm a woman. I want to be hired because I know what I'm doing. Right? Right. So I'm proud of her that she has done well enough to be considered good enough to be on a team. I'm waiting for the day where it's not, where the headline doesn't have to be, first female coach in the franchise history. No, tell me she's good at what she does. That's all I care about. But I digress. I digress a lot. All right. Let's get back to this coming Sunday, the 13th. And who's going to be playing who? Next Sunday I'm going to start with my, my weekly predictions. First couple of weeks are always hard because, we've only seen teams in practice and in preseason. Now this year is going to be even harder because we haven't seen any preseason, which again, I understand why, and I'm cool with the reasons why, but I'm not a team that likes to go, or I'm not a person who likes to go just on team stats. I like to go on the feel that I get from the team, and that's going to be hard to do in week one, so I'm going to be amazed if I'm able to do any decent predictions in week one, but I am going to give it my best try. I'm going to, during the week, I'm going to look at some of the final things that could help influence, like, how X person did in different practices and whatnot. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, you seem like you're not comfortable. What do you want? Well, I don't know either. Do you want to get down? First game will be my father-in-law's team, the Philadelphia Eagles, playing the Washington football team. I can't stand saying that. But, this is one of several Um, Good rivalry games for next week, for opening week, I should say. Um, how about we call them the team that used to be the Redskins? Whichever. Um, Always a big rivalry. Um, the home field advantage is gonna be something of a toss-up this year. I'm curious on what. I mean, the home teams can, in theory, I mean, they can still use the, the PA speakers, things like that. I mean, you could always pump in cheers when you want them, I suppose. I don't know if there's been a rule established about this on what you could do. I know it's going to feel weird. I know some teams have given back complete refunds. I know some teams have said they could have partial fans in the stadiums. So I think it's really going to be. I think it's really going to be on a case by case, team by team, week by week, and just seeing who's got it, who's doing it and who's doing it right and who needs a little help with it. But that's going to be one of the bigger rivalry games because Eagles and the football team have always been nipping at each other's heels, let's call it that. The next game is one I'm going to be paying attention to. I've mentioned more than once. Dolphins, who are just... I don't even want to say struggling. And if I say floundering, it seems like such a joke because of the Dolphin logo. But I mean, they just can't seem... I don't know if consistency is the word I'm looking for. I don't know if sometimes it almost seems like they don't have a game plan. And the Patriots are going to be playing their first game without Brady in 10,000 years. And I personally, I think Cam Newton is a talented player. I always have. But, I still, I have doubts on the Cam Newton, Bill Belichick connection. I think Belichick is too reserved for Cam, and I think Cam is too flamboyant for Belichick. So at some point that's going to clash. Probably not the first couple of weeks. I think that, the first few weeks it won't be an issue. I think it's going to depend on whether they're winning or losing. If they're winning, I think Cam is going to start to see more of his flamboyant side come out. And that may or may not set well with Belichick. I mean, I know it's not gonna. And, I'm just predicting that somewhere down the line it's gonna go in that area. That's just me. Always a great physical game. The Green Bay Packers against the Minnesota Vikings. Now, this is again one of those rivalries for the ages, going all the way back throughout their history. I mean, just a wonderful. Both teams are. You know, some people who don't follow football look at me funny when I say that, you know, these two teams are a very physical team. I mean, my friends who aren't, who are. There's your buddy. You want to go see your buddy? I haven't seen you this morning. Why don't you take him in the other room with you? He's getting fidgety on me, and he saw you, so he hasn't seen you yet. Oh, and he's wagging his tail. He loves his little brother. Like I said, my friends who don't follow football kind of look at each other, look at me like, "What do you mean they're physical? I mean, it's a very physical game." Which one, Angel Kiss? The Packers Vikings? But to those of us who follow football and to those who know, there are teams that are just more physically dominant than other teams, and you just, you know, whether you use the old school term smash mouth football or just, you know, just some teams are very their defense is very hands-on sounds like a dumb word, just dominant, you know, comparative to other teams. Well, that'll do it. It's gonna be a good game. A friend of mine is a Vikings fan, and I'm in the middle of an article about the Vikings and leading into this first game. I've been writing, not enough, but I've been covering the Steelers and the Vikings for a online sports website, and of course I'm going to write about my Steelers, but there were like 4 or 5 other teams that didn't have anybody covering, and out of those teams, the Vikings was one I know the most about out of the ones that were available. I was hoping I could have taken on, like, you know, the Bills or the Jets or the Dolphins, you know, because obviously we have fans of those teams in the house. I would have liked to take on one of those, but they had, you know, all their writing covered, so there weren't much I could do about that. But that game is in Minnesota, so hopefully by the time, I think they play later in the season, I'd have to double check, but hopefully by the time they play, you know, their return game, they could be in Lambeau Field in the middle of a snowstorm. But again, I'm very curious to see how the fans, when fans are going to be allowed in, when things are going to happen. I'm salty as hell that, you know, I had really good tickets. Really good. Their return game is in Green Bay in October 1st, so may or may not be snowing there. I mean, in Green Bay it could snow at any time, but Other teams that are playing will be the Colts and the Jaguars. Both teams kind of looking for a foothold, in my opinion. You know, they've both lost good players due to trades and retirements. Another big rivalry game: Bears and the Lions, always a classic. The Raiders and the Panthers. Um, Big divisional rivalry and a huge rivalry that would be Liz against Daddy. That's always fun. Another division rivalry is Browns at the Ravens. The Ravens falling short last year was surprising. I mean, again, I hate to be the one to admit it, but their new quarterback is the real deal. Now, we know about his skill. Now we're going to learn a lot about his maturity and his ability to recover. Because, you know, that's gut crushing to get that far and not make it. So now we're going to see how he does this year. The skill is still there. I mean, you know, the arm isn't going to go anywhere. The running isn't going to go anywhere. It's going to be the mental decisions that we're going to watch. A bird game is the Seahawks and the Falcons. We got the Chargers against the Bengals. Cardinals against the Niners. Another game I'm very curious to watch is going to be Tampa Bay in New Orleans. And this is the first time Brady has played for any other team in the NFL. The Saints are another one of those very strong, dominant defense teams. And not even saying it because I personally don't like him. I'm saying it because it is a fact. Brady hasn't made that many friends on other teams. In fact, he's made a lot of enemies on almost every team. So there's going to be a defense that really wants to run him over. And has he had enough time to what's a good word? Has he had enough time to prove to his offensive line that he could be the real deal there and to protect him? I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm very curious to see. He's got a lot of his expatriates down there with him, and including Gronkowski, who has retired 75 times and come back. All right, that might be an exaggeration, but you get the idea. I'm trying to think about this dispassionately. I'm trying to think about this in a good way. Very with the challenges of, you know, this year. I think it's going to be a really big challenge. And I would be lying if I said I wasn't hoping that he fails, but I would give credit if he actually can do it. The Sunday night game is the Dallas Cowboys at the Los Angeles Rams with their new little logo that I'm not sure I like, but you know, it's there. Why do people change things? I mean, some things you change, you just don't have to. I mean, sometimes change you need to, sometimes you're just like, why are you doing this? The Cowboys have had a lot of, let's call it strife on their team. I don't even know if strife is the word, just over the past few years, there's been like a lot of holdouts to the last second possible for contract signings and it just I'm just thinking back to the days. My old man used to be a Cowboys fan back in the day, and I'm thinking back to the days of Tom Landry. And again, I give credit where it's due, and Landry was a hell of a coach, and he wasn't a scream in your face coach of the era like Mike Ditka was. And again, both of them were great coaches. But Ditka was a very, in your face, his face turning purple as he's screaming kind of guy. And Landry just had that that old school like the father's look in the eye, like you screwed up when he was mad at you, like when you did something wrong, and like if your dad got a call from school and you came home and your dad was just giving you that look. That's the look Landry had. You know that look? We all know that look. That's one of those looks. I don't think Dallas has had that kind of discipline for a while, and I think that's what that team needs. It needs that kind of consistency, that kind of, strength. Like, some wild horses need will only react to like a very strong rider and will just buck off everybody else. I really think that's how the Cowboys are. I think that's one of the reasons they're not playing up to snuff.
Stick my foot up your ass.
How rude.
No, I was like standing right next to the hassock, his thing, as he jumped off of it to run after his toy. So he propelled the leg and the foot right into my toes.
Oh, how did that feel?
Like I said, I'm gonna stick my foot. I'm gonna go through this on the side. I had to feel that.
Walk it off.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. You know that. Me, come now.
All right, my darlings. Do enjoy your weekend.
What's happening, everybody?
Enjoy your Labor Day. 4 days until football. Off we go.
I'm back. And got your thinking caps nearby? How's your heads out there? Gonna get into a little trivia challenge. Get some music going. Get things started. He's a dog. Of course they think everything's food. Some Global Genius, the song Long Days. So what's up, Annabelle? What's going on, YouTubers? How's things, Facebookers? Once again, the artist Global Genius. The song, Long Days. Days, well, SunDaze, you're here with me. CC&C, Compound Concentrates and Coffee. September 6th. Yeah, it's 12:09, so good afternoon, everybody. Take a look at a few things, and then, like I said, Trivia Challenge will begin. Come on over here. I talked about that one the other day, but yes, the suspected casket, which was found in Maryland River, actually part of a floating dock. But it did. When that thing was in the water, it truly looked like a casket. Yeah. Let's go over to... That kind of makes me wonder. I wonder, they found anything else out about the individual that was flying the jetpack over by LAX. Alrighty. This tune, Elbow Grease. Are you at 5 minutes? 5 minutes. Who can tell me? What is the warmest sea on Earth? I'll give you a hint right away. It's also the saltiest sea on Earth. Well, saltiest sea in the world. Warmest sea on Earth. I gave you a hint. Also the saltiest sea in the world. I was looking for the Red Sea. The Red Sea. There you go. Trot recording in that tune called Let's Get Going here on Compound Concentrates and Coffee. Ooh, 12:19. Yeah, you have 20 seconds. Fire it up for 20 and you can enjoy that. Let's see, your moment of higher learning. You will be smoking with here we go. Timbuktu. It'll be 4:20 p.m. in Timbuktu. There you go. Spark it up, everybody. Now, getting things set up over here. I had posed you a question. the warmest sea. Now, what is the only major city which is located on 2 continents? Once again, what is the only major city located on 2 continents? Well, here we go. What is the oldest active volcano on Earth? Looking for the oldest active volcano on Earth. As we wrap up Taking Me for a Long Ride, coming to you from Trout Recording. Alright, some Nick Gallant for you. Well, I was looking, by the way, for Mount Etna. Yeah, the oldest active volcano on Earth. It has erupted 190 times in the last 3,500 years. All right. Which of the 8 major islands in Hawaii is currently uninhabited? Wrapping up that Nick Gallant too. I asked which of the 8 major islands in Hawaii currently uninhabited. What I was looking for is Kahului. The way, excuse me. It is uninhabited and access is prohibited. Reason being, the island itself once used as a target by the U.S. military. Yep, there you go. Good job, YouTubers. Yeah, it was used as a target by the U.S. military. To this day, they're still there cleaning up unexploded artillery shells. Absolutely. There we go. What year did the Cold War officially end? That's right, YouTubers. Well, good job. As we know, the Berlin Wall coming down, borders opening. Now, communist regimes everywhere in Eastern Europe dropping. Now, the Soviet Union itself dissolving out into its now component republics, starting in 1991. So, good job. Yep, Iron Curtain being lifted. That was it. All right, how many U.S. presidents have ever been elected for 2 terms? Good job. Yes, it's actually, there's a legend behind a second term curse for anybody that runs as president on that second term. But yep, 21 total. Perfect timing, too, as we wrap up that track. Alrighty. YouTubers are staring at the pause for the cause. You got 4 points on the board. Which one of the original 7 wonders of the ancient world is still standing? Yep. Yeah, of all the original ancient wonders, the pyramids are the only ones that are still standing today. I've always maintained I would love to have gone back in time and seen them at their most, the highest peak, the grandeur of it all. To see things the way they are now in ruins is just incredible going through Egypt. So, man, at one point, that absolutely had to be breathtaking. I mean, especially the way they talk about the casings, the coverings. It was white. It had color around it. It had the gold, peak. And, oof. All right, we are wrapping up Mandalorian's tune, Swamp Thing, as we are going into the pause for the cause. Good job, YouTubers. I'm going to be loading up some music. Monkey's going to be jumping down. He's going to be hanging out with you. No. Monkey's going to be jumping down. He's going to be hanging out with you. I'm going to take advantage myself and jump on out of here. I will be back, of course. Hopefully you are enjoying your SunDaze, man. It's absolutely beautiful out there. Little Kingston funk starting it all.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing a new system.
All right, everybody. Monkey's going to jump down. I'll see you in a half hour.
And the new system is from the art, from the start. Yes, it's a blessed life. Every man got his own fight, you know. Even if you're blue, you gotta be true. Even if you know what to do, you gotta be true. Yes, trust her. We all up in it. What's she gonna do? Let's get it going. bed in Vegas, it's just heinous. My mind just started to shrivel like some raisins. Caught up in the moment, acting like an ignoramus. I can still hear the sound of me falling from my greatness. Should've known better, but sometimes we just be acting so brainless. Yeah, and that's when I remember what my mom said. I love you no matter what. Comatose, strange love, overdose. I gave up, mama knows. Praise up, mama knows. Mama knows, always knows best. Now when I went to college, I learned a lot of things, like to party with my friends in Saratoga Springs. It's clear when I look back now, made a lot of mistakes, made my mom raise an eyebrow. She always knew best, helped me to the test, follow my dreams, hit the studio and hang up the uniform for sports teams. She always knew that it would turn out fine, and everything will come in time. Yeah, 'cause it always goes back to what my mom said. I love you forever, no matter what. Monday morning, Monday morning, Monday morning. Not what it used to be. I can't get over it. No rollover, no pulling over. We're coming over all across the town. No rollover, no passing by, no turning back.
What's up, everybody? Good job, Monkey. What's going on, YouTubers? How's things, Facebook? What's going on, Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat? Never should have followed you, little Nika Fuzz, little Barbara Sauce. I have questions for round 2. You got answers? How's your head? Got your thinking caps nearby? What year did India gain its independence from Britain?
Now I know. I never should have followed. Never should have followed. I 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 never should have followed.
Yep, good job, YouTubers. 1947, right at the end of that tract as well. Slow's gotta go, no slow. Hi! How you doing, my Smokeahonest? What's happening, YouTubers? What's going on, Jay? What's up? I know we had Annabelle over there before. We got our Russian viewer over there. Had a few people over in Facebook. Yeah, the Indian Independence Bill, carving the independent nations of India and Pakistan out of the former Mughal Empire, coming into force at the stroke of midnight on August 15th, 1947. All right, and what month is Earth closest to the sun? I'm getting responses. I'm not getting what I'm looking for. There it is. Good job, YouTubers. Yeah. All about the tilt of the Earth's axis. Temperature changes due to the Earth being closer to the sun in summer and farther from the sun in winter. In fact, Earth is farthest from the sun in July and closest in January.
Love you.
Love you too. Who's considered the founder of the modern study of genetics? Okay, wrapping up that track. Wrapping up the track wraps up the question. Now, the individual I'm looking for, born July 20th in 1822, passing January 6th, 1884. Gregor Johann Mendel, scientist, Augustinian friar, and an abbot of St. Thomas Abbey. He was born in a German-speaking family in the Celestine part of Australian Empire, gaining his recognition as the founder of the modern science of genetics. Gregor Mendel. Alright, let me see here. Lazy afternoon. Kind of fits. Alright, coming to a stop. How many new species are discovered? Well, how many new species were discovered in 2019? I'll narrow this one down. There we are. I've got responses. I'm seeing people put in the effort. I'm not getting what I'm looking for yet. Yeah. As we all know, the quest for the unknown, revealing exciting and new discoveries. California Academy of Sciences, the researchers discovering new animal and plant species in 2019. They discovered a total of... all right. There it is. Good job, YouTubers. Yeah, 71. Yep, 71. Including such things as flowers, fish, corals, spiders, sea slugs, ants, lizards, among many other things. Found across 3 oceans and 5 continents. We're towards the end of this track here. I'm just going to let it finish out. All right, coming up next, a tune from Global Genius. It's called Can't Hurt You. Alrighty. What nut can be used to make dynamite? Yep. Good job, YouTubers. Yes. Although now, other processes can be used to make dynamite. Peanut oil. Peanut oil processed producing glycerol. And then that can be used to make nitroglycerin. And, of course, very explosive liquid. Yeah, peanuts. I like peanuts. Again, I like anything in the legume family. I'm glad I'm not a person with a peanut allergy. I like to eat them too much. Yeah, boomsticks. What was the first cold breakfast cereal produced? It was invented in 1863. Good guess, but not what I'm looking for. There it is. Well, I'm getting more answers, but not what I need. All right. Spelling over there, YouTubers, but you basically got it. The granula? Yes, a type of breakfast cereal invented in the United States in 1863. Yes. Once again, we're right here on the back side of this track. I'm just going to let it finish out. There you go. Can't hurt you. That came to you from Global Genius. Now, as it's coming through the window, sunshine, sweet sunshine. What is the only U.S. state to grow coffee beans? Yep, good job. That's right, Hawaii. This condiment, sold in the 1830s as a medicine, what would I be referring to? Yes, and that was fast too, but nope, not vinegar. No, I'm looking for a condiment. Something widely used today, but then it was actually sold in a pill form. There it is. That's right, YouTubers. Ketchup. Yeah, tomato ketchup. It was sold as a patented medicine across the country. Sunshine, sweet sunshine. All right, how many flowers do honeybees have to tap in order to make 1 pound of honey? I've got responses, but no. Think way higher. Way higher. Yeah. Keep going. I mean, you got 100,000 there. They visit between 50 and 100 flowers during one collection flight from a hive. However, in order... There we go. You're in the neighborhood now. Double it. Yeah. In order to produce 1 pound of honey, they have to hit... Yeah, they got to hit 2 million flowers. Yep. 2 million. Whew. They say in order to make a teaspoon of honey, 12 worker bees producing a single teaspoon of honey. Man. That's a lot. Good job, YouTubers. Swamp Gumbo there, global genius. I mean, I love honeybees and things and what they do, and I get most bees in general are okay, but highly allergic to bees, so one thing I'll never have around me will be beehives, like bee things. I've had people who are like, hey man, I can come over and take care of them. You get to reap the rewards. And I'm like, yeah, no. All it takes is one of them suckers to kill me. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, a single bee sting is one of the 5 ways in which I have died already in this lifetime. Documented. So no thank you. What's a group of turkeys called? No, I'm not talking Congress. That's something else. job, YouTubers. A rafter. All right, moving at speeds of up to 12.5 miles an hour. What is the fastest snake in the world? Also known as the deadliest snake in the world. There it is. For the win. Good job, YouTubers. Yes, the black mamba. Yup. Known as the world's deadliest snake. Of course, living in the savannas and the hills of southern and eastern Africa. Some of the fastest snakes in the world, moving at speeds of up to 12.5 miles an hour. Yeah, the Sidewinder actually, they say that they have been clocked at speeds up to 18 miles an hour. Once again, fuck that shit. I wouldn't want to be chased by either. No. No, thank you. Once again, YouTubers, good job on your win during Trivia Challenge on this SunDaze edition. I have got a tune coming up. You know the tune. Yeah, first time we heard this, we knew it was inevitable to be a part of this show. And of course, it started out as a request. Then that request became a dedication one day from the winners of Trivia Challenge to the losers. And that's just where it stuck. There you go. Little Nico, little Barbara Sauce, little kick in the ass. Yeah, right? I like raccoons. Honestly. As she comes jumping out the door. Again, one of these days, I'm going to have the camera over here that's running, aimed this way, and you all are going to see how she enters the room. I don't just say it just to, like, hype up, ooh, jumping in the room, like, no, she literally jumps into the room. It's quite amusing. They are. They're very smart, and yes, they're very cute. Absolutely. I mean, who doesn't like raccoons, you know?
I love raccoons. And who doesn't? Steal them.
Well, all right. People like Stilo.
Stilo is terrifying.
No, they are. Oh, he freaked the hell out. Absolutely freaked out. go. Again, congrats on your win, YouTubers. Some heavy gravel guild. Start out with What You're Going After. Tune that features Walter Eno on guitar. So what's everybody up to this afternoon? What do you got going on? Anything good? Real fun, exciting, thrilling, stupendous adventures? Now, Dentro di Me coming up. Destroyer Creator, Heavy Gravel Guild. And we're working our way ever closer. I'm out of here at 2 o'clock, everybody. Sanding and painting, probably moving more crap, huh? Good, staying busy. Stuff's got to be done. This is Behold the Buick. Killer tracks for sure. Well, all right. I am going to go over, jump onto the Rock Island line with Gabe Witcher. Nice. little Echopraxia, little Austin Woodward, and then this is where I get off. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. I appreciate it. Again, congratulations, YouTubers, on your win. Let me go over. Let's do really quick. Checking out the current weather. It's 80 degrees. It's nice out there. Enjoy it. Really do. Oh, candy corn castle. Candy Corn Castle. Let's go. Adam and Austin, along with Shane Roberts, Mel Glamore. You too, enjoy yourself, of course. Don't work too hard. right, now, again, this is where I get off. Thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. You have yourself a good one. Enjoy your Sunday out there. I'll see you, Facebookers. So long, YouTubers. Little sigh for you. He takes us out of every single shift. This is where I get off.
Nobody's better than me, 'cause I'm no better than them. Big shot Mahoney, woman, he's top to Armageddon. And I saw that I don't wanna see, gonna find the burning bush. Set my people free, set my people free. Send an army up country, set my people free. This is where I get up, this is my stuff. Where I get up, this is my stuff. Nobody's better than me, 'cause I'm no better than them. Big shot Mahoney, woman, down in Armageddon. And I saw that I don't wanna see, gonna fight the burning bushes. Setting my people free, sending an army up countries where I get up. This is my stuff. Where I get up. This is my stuff. This is my stuff. This is where I get up. Ain't no stopping around here. Where I get up. This is my stuff. This is my stuff. This is my stuff. Nobody's better than me. Nobody better, absolutely. Nobody better than me, absolutely. Free. I'm no better than them. I'm no better than them. Big shot Mahoney, woman, top in Armageddon. This is where I get up. This is my stuff. Where I get up. This is my stuff. This is where I get up. This is my stuff. Where I get up. This is where I get up. This is my stuff. Setting my people free. Setting an army up country. Yeah. Get a few little reggae. Get a little reggae opposition. Send the army up country.
All right. I'll see you later, everybody. Peace. Much love and respect, of course. You enjoy yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow morning. We'll kick off. New week, new day, Mondays.